Intro. Today, I'll be talking about Wings of Redemption, as he has been a complete failure in his entire career. If you don't know who Wings of Redemption is, he's been around YouTube forever, known as one of the COD fathers as he originally got popular online, because he was one of the first people to make Call of Duty videos, specifically commentary videos in higher quality and uploaded frequently. He would basically just talk over COD footage is what the Call of Duty commentary videos were. A bunch of random different topics, maybe stories, his thoughts on certain topics or the game in general. Or, people like Scump did that a long time ago. And he was very popular at that time as well because of how high quality his videos were, mainly because he could record and upload in HD. After time, he became a co-host of PKA, the Painkiller Already podcast, which is still around and popular today. But over time, people would see who Jordie Jordan really was. There has been multiple layers to his fall, which I'll be talking about, and I made a video on him before over the situation of him and his wife that was on Locale Live, where he pushed her over. We'll be doing an update section on that later. But if you like videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe for more, as I do videos like this on internet dramas, locales, and more. And with all that said, enjoy. The beginning. Wings was born and raised and still lives in Conway, South Carolina at 39 years old in a trailer he doesn't own. He claims to have partial ownership of this, I'm guessing a double wide trailer. Quote, little bit of land, if even. He supposedly is born from this relationship.
Over it, Family Guy makes jokes of it and stuff like that.
Well, it's not rampant like that. It's not. But I'm the wrong person to ask of that because my parents actually work somewhat related. My daddy was a Jordan and my mother was a Jordan. It was never married.
He would grow up with an alcoholic dad who would die due to his drinking and wasn't really around after a very early age, 2 years old. Although Wings is a chungus now, he was just the average guy during school and supposedly was pretty good at PE. But when a foreign exchange student came in and beat him at the competitions in that class, he thought he had to eat more and get his muscle up so he would be better than the newly crowned king. But due to him not understanding how diet and exercise worked, he just ended up melt maxing. He would end up dropping out of high school after failing his freshman year 3 times apparently, and after getting a 1.0 GPA and being bullied. He says he got his GED, but he is a known liar, which I'll be talking about later. He supposedly got his skull cracked open accidentally by getting struck by a baseball bat in his early years, and people wonder if this caused any of the issues that he has now today. He would end up having bipolar disorder, social anxiety disorder, and then whenever he got older, depression. He would get a job at a grocery store, but didn't last over 2 weeks because he actually had to work. He would then go to Domino's, then a movie rental place, but got fired the first day due to allegedly there being a robbery the same night he got hired, and they thought he was a part of the robbery as well, or suspected it. He would then find a job that looks like something he would do for work, a crane operator at Met Glass. He thought this job was grueling as he worked 12 to 16-hour shifts, but he did this on his own accord and had no life outside of work other than video games. He was also single at the time as well, so he would pick up other shifts and was known as one of the dudes that would do that for others that actually had families. But after the 2007 financial crisis, Met Glass had to do a lot of layoffs, mainly due to companies requiring loans to basically function, and the banks were not giving out loans, so they had to do a lot of cutting, and Jordie Jordan was included in that cut of a bunch of employees. He would end up going on unemployment checks from the government and was later told about YouTube by a friend known as Z7 Taylor Z7. He'd make an account under the name he is known for now, Wings of Redemption. I think at one point it was also known as Intense Gaming. Intense, like the thing you go outside in, as he's known for camping. He would start uploading COD commentary videos on October 1st, 2009, and due to his unemployment checks and assured saved up money from his job, he would be able to buy the better capture card than most people had out there, and figured out a way to commentate over his gameplay, which others also did not figured that out at the time as well. Not a lot of people knew how to. Get 100,000 subscribers pretty quickly and be one of the bigger YouTubers at the time. And after time, he would get on a podcast with other popular YouTubers, WoodysGamerTag, FPS Russia, and I think there might have been one other, but I'm not exactly sure. And the podcast was called Painkiller Already, or PKA, which is popular and still done to this day. Before this video starts, I just want to say that this was supposed to be a 13-hour video, but due to not really having the time, it would take a super long time to both render the video and edit the rest of it. This is going to be just the starting and first video on me doing a Wings of Redemption series. I was going to do like updates and keep following up on him after this. There's several episodes, I guess, to this. There'll probably be 2 more at least, but if there's 2 more and if they're really long, it's going to be very hard to say when exactly these are going to be exactly done. But I just wanted to let you all know that this is not just the only episode. A lot of it is already recorded and set up. It's just that there's a lot of other stuff I have to do that is taking a while, and it's going to take a lot longer to do, and I'm sorry for not uploading for a week. I feel terrible about it, and I've been stressing about that a lot. It really bothers me that I didn't get to upload for a week, but thank you all for watching, and just enjoy the video and everything, and expect more every few days, I guess. Since a lot of the stuff is already pre-done or set up, then maybe every few days you will get a Wings of Redemption episode, and then I'll be able to work on other videos, like other updates on like maybe the Getchell family, or not Daniel. That'll be a long time from now if I do a Daniel one, but Josh as well. But that's all I really wanted to say before the video got any further. And yeah, although this seems like a good story thus far, the podcast would soon be one of the pillars and key points to his failure. Wings and the PKA podcast drama. Wings after time would backstab members of the PKA podcast by supporting someone financially that were known for harassing one of the podcast members, WoodysGamerTag. This person would make multiple remarks and threats towards Woody's wife. The person harassing them online would go on to talk about one day how he was depressed and mentally struggling, and how he would feel better if he had a new PC or a trip to another country, specifically I think Europe, and Wings would give him some money to help him out, I think, for the PC, despite this person's history. Interesting that Wings will be a friend to people who he shouldn't be a friend to, but then a terrible person to others who are really nice to him. This will be shown more in the future. But on top of that issue, Wings would stop showing up on time for the podcast episodes, and would have arguments and beefs between people that were guests, I think the people themselves, more than just the situation I'm about to talk about. But the last straw for the PKA podcast for some of the members was when they were having a real-life camping trip all together. It was supposed to be for live streams and such for content. One of the members did not want to go since the beginning of the idea, and Wings would antagonize this person and call him a coward for not wanting to go. Then the day of the event comes around, and FPS Russia and WoodysGamerTag are heading to their hotels the night before the event, and when one of them asks Wings where he is and how his end of the trip is going, he just flatly says he isn't going. Even after making fun of someone else for not wanting to go, he didn't give a notice at all, and it is assumed that he would have not said anything until they asked, which at some point they would end up asking. This isn't the only time that he screwed them over, but this is a moment where FPS Russia got very upset with him and said, "I'll still work with him, but I will not rely or trust him ever again." Another example of them trying so hard for him and how big of friends they were is that a section that we'll be talking about later, which is Wings' mental health. He was very publicly depressed and struggling due to his channel falling, and there's a lot of stuff that we'll get into later. But they made a GoFundMe for his weight loss camp that they were doing for PKA. He ended up losing some weight from it, but over time the money dried up, so he had to stop that camp. But there was also other examples of them just being nice to him while he was just being very rude and a bad person, not showing up to podcasts on time. Other than being a terrible person to his podcast and co-hosts, there was more as to why the podcast hurt his career as well. Wings of Redemption Creep, and page 5. Wings on the PKA podcast, and multiple times outside of the podcast, would say concerning comments towards women that were below M-rated. He would also talk about the age of consent, and some of these date back to not even that long ago of him talking about this and being weird towards women. I can excuse jokes, an actual joke that is kind of funny, but Wings seems pretty serious in these conversations, and also is just weird in general. We will start off with some of the lesser known things, like the time he was playing with what some pred catchers would call, quote, cupcakes.
Syndicate wants Queen to let him know when she turns 18.
What else y'all want to cancel, bro?
Next year, September 6th.
My battery's low. That's Shay's worst nightmare.
All I have to say is that Jordie distracted me over Peter Parker cosplay.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Hold on, though. Hold on. How old is this Shay? Because I know the other one is.
Shay's underage too.
Nuh-uh. I'm gonna be 18.
You said I'm a B. You just said I'm a B 18. That means underage.
I'm technically 18.
You know, technically the police don't look at that way. I tell you about that girl that got a felony for every piece of meat she got caught with.
Someone's sponsoring.
But it wasn't yours. No.
Yo, someone just called me a little kid. I'm gonna have to show you my ID because I drink.
You don't drink at 16. Go to on.
Bro, Jordie, I swear to God, Jordie, I'm gonna drive down to Myrtle Beach or whatever,
I
and we're
mean,
gonna
low
party.
key, you who is.
Oh.
You know what the game is.
Chick on chick action. Let's see. I'm hearing police sirens in the distance. Yeah, not me, son. Shoot, they might be locking Shay up. She might be queen.
Yo, if she don't say yes the first time.
Well, let me tell you, Shay. When she says no 3 times, that means yes. See, first of all, randoms in chat making a big deal about Wings playing video games with underage people. Need to chill. Like 8% of people play with it. Yeah, y'all never make a big deal when I'm playing with like Braden. He's like 13.
A 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Jordie, really? You're
It's just
stooping that low?
because they think you want these too low.
Legion, look like you need some sleep, son.
Doc, it looks like you need son.
Shoot, Doc got plenty, son. Monsieur Legion, would you like to see the French croissant?
What's up?
Hey, y'all might make fun of my 5XLT, but that's just more gas tank for the love machine.
Ooh, I'd like that, Jordie.
Mm-hmm.
Jordie, you're going to jail.
Shay just needs to drive to Myrtle Beach really slow, to like May 30th slow.
Oh, that's gonna be one long drive. That's like, it's already 12 hours to get there.
That to catch a predator show, like how desperate are those dudes to like agree to that kind of, like seriously? Why don't you just go buy? Shoot, I used to know a girl that danced at the Masters. Like she had like 4 DUIs, so she never had a ride to work. So I always drove her to work, and she'd give me like $50 to drive her to and from work every day, and like $50. Like she would get back in the truck at night with like 2-3 grand in her pocket.
That's sturdy. See, I would be pricey. You know what I'm
All
saying?
girls think they're gonna be pricey to get hooked on.
10 grand an
If I
hour.
was
Like, I told my mom one day I'm gonna become a sugar baby. Yeah, I told her that. I'm for real. Like, I feel am. Imagine me going to 5-star hotels in my lingerie, just teasing the out of everybody. You know, Queen, I'm really tired of you pointing out that I'm a short person, and we're gonna have some.
I'm short too, so it's okay.
All right, how tall are you? How tall are you?
How tall are you?
Girl, I asked you first.
I asked you second. 2's a bigger number.
You know what? I'm not speaking to you.
See, she's practicing her escort right now.
Oh yeah, I'm tough. I'm not speaking to you. Hit me up
I'm
when you got
5'4".
that money.
Rainbow Six is too hard for Shay. You gotta excuse her.
Bro, Jordie, you can 1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me on Overwatch. 1v1 me on
I'd probably still beat you on Overwatch.
Bro, I will pee on you, Jordie.
Show it on your face.
Y'all into some freaky meat deaky stuff. Y'all talking about?
Yo.
I'm talking about beating people in video games.
Omega?
Oh, that's still relevant for some odd reason.
And chat roulette? LOL? Dude, I freaking used to go on those sites so much just to see old Indian men. That's all I. Hello, baby. Do you like
Show me
me to
your
stroke for?
vagina.
Could you show me your vagina? As he strokes his two. Do you want?
All right, we're shutting the stream off on this note. I'm sorry, I do not consent with this
Why?
conversation. Twitch TOS is why.
Jordie's about to go and stroke that 2-inch.
You wish Jordie had a 2-inch, son. You don't. One thing you don't know about Jordie, since you didn't follow me on my YouTube, you need to ask the chat. I'll see you guys later. We're gonna be deleting this.
To me, it's just weird that he was playing with girls anyway. And if it's a boy, then whatever. I think we all hung out with older people while playing the games online before, and like kind of became friends, or would be like known as the young one in the friend group, like the little kid in the friend group for whatever reason. But the fact that he plays with them and the way he acts with them is so weird to me. And it even gets worse as he responds to the situation, playing with them, saying this.
EDP 445, a dude that legit got caught doing acts, has less videos than I do, who has never done anything like that. What have I done? What have I done? I flirted with a couple 17-year-old girls in a rainbow lobby because they were being flirtatious? Right? Both girls, by the way, are legal consenting age in the United States of America. Both of them. I made a point that the new generation of females are, and that you have to be naive to think that girls aren't already having. I did say the age of consent should be 12. You know why I said that? Because growing up in high school, I knew girls that were like 12, 13, 14 on the regular. It has nothing to do with me being a... I don't give a anymore. I honestly don't. They take everything I say out of context. No, I didn't. I didn't speak to 16-year-old girls. Shay was a week away from being 18, and Assault Queen just turned 17. And it doesn't matter. The age of consent in the United States of America is 16. So it wouldn't even be considered a court of law, even if I did anything close. Which I have no intention of ever doing that, right? You'll never see a chat log with my username in it talking to girls that age. Won't happen. I don't give a digging hole at this point. I don't care. The vast majority of America, age of consent is 16. And I live in South Carolina, so I know it's 16. Age of consent in the United Kingdom is 16. Most places on Earth, it's that. Some places it's lower. Dude, King Gabe, like seriously. Why did I talk to them? First off, my name's not Wingo, Black Eddie. You say that again, you're getting banned. Second off, right? I was vibing with the room. It was all playful, and that's it. The vast majority of what was happening was them talking to each other. It's people that make money off of my suffering is why you're asking me these questions. I couldn't live a day in my shoes. A day. But just acknowledge that you know it's wrong. Do you think that is going to make everything go better? If I could go back and do it again, would I do it? You're right. I wouldn't do it again, right? But like every other person in that situation, they would have played along too. Is it wrong? Yes, it was wrong. Do I regret doing it? Yes, I regret doing it. But the fact is, I can't take it back, and I don't think I should have my name dragged through the mud calling me a because of it.
Richard, despite being a dude in his 30s at this time, I'm pretty sure, of the video being made, or at the time of that being recorded, and even if he wasn't, he was still a grown adult, he was still like late 20s, early 30s, does not understand the like effects this type of hate, like this type of stuff, like those type of traumatic events can have on women. And that's absolutely insane to me, because I understand this, and you know, like everyone nowadays kind of understands that a lot more, but it's absolutely insane that he's just like kind of so ignorant to that fact, because it does like it is very traumatic for a lot of people. It does hurt them for the rest of their lives, those type of moments, and if anything, like it makes them just feel gross whenever they look back on it, or it's like a huge regret in their life that they really wish that they never did, and he's just feeding into that. And like I say later, you can literally play a Skeeter Jean video or a Gideon video, and he refused to apologize, but you can play like a video of a pred catcher, like the predator getting caught, and you can play what Jordie is saying, and it's very similar. It's very weirdly similar. And now I don't know if there's ever been more proof like online of him. Apparently there has been, and there was like a whole compilation, but a lot of these people that do the compilations have copywritten music in the background, so I just can't use it. So I feel bad for that. But there was a lot more examples I wish I got to show. But I'm trying to find more. Saying the girls were being flirtatious first or whatever is the exact same thing people who get caught by Skeeter Jean say and other pred catchers. Oh, they were flirting first, man. It's okay. Like, that doesn't excuse it. That doesn't make it right at all. The age of consent, even if it's 16 in your state, it's not a good excuse at all. Everyone knows that it should be 18. This is a dude in his like mid-30s, I think at this time, flirting, and he's excusing it. He admits to flirting with them as well, which is even more insane. But I'll also show clips that most of the people that, if you know about Wings and you've probably seen these clips before, but I'll show them as well.
Be able
Well, you're looking at it this way. Let me spin it on you, Boogie. He might be, but he's taking other venues out than actually chasing.
You know,
I think cartoon is a victimless crime, and I don't think it should be considered.
it's disfavorable.
I guess somebody.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
like it.
so
It's
I'm
not
curious.
for me.
I mean, like,
Does
but look at it this
cartoon
way: the
child
Django
porn-
Unchained was this movie. It's still very fun to watch.
Wings.
now
Does,
we
does
got
ca-
into some
well, hold
dark
on.
now, huh?
Wings. Does cartoon get the painkiller already stamp of approval?
I can't give that stamp by myself. That's a four-way stamp.
I say no. I say no.
Because-
Kyle says no.
No.
It's 2 wings up.
no.
Dude, if I get a vote,
I'm just saying, like, there's worse things out there than to put a guy watching cartoons.
I have to say
in
no
jail.
because of this community. Because if I say yes, people are just going to go crazy.
I mean, look
Well-
here. Like, do you think a guy who watches cartoon deserves to be in jail? No, for cartoon, like, even if it's a thing banged by an obstacle,
that's
like
what
octopus.
Done.
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 How can I have a comment on that? What could I possibly say?
I mean,
the octopus testicle. You've seen it. You've seen it.
I mean, you've seen those Japanese tentacle.
I swear, like, I don't know. As like we were brainstorming for topics and
Yeah, child is such a loosely based thing. Like, but like even 16 at 45, that I'd let that slide because a 16-year-old can make her own decisions. I'd cut child around 12.
Evan, Jersey, North Carolina.
Whoa.
Because in this, I looked at his paperwork. In the state of Washington, there's no such thing as a statutory charge anymore. It's called in the second degree.
That sounds a lot worse.
Yeah,
Tell you,
doesn't that sound
terrible. In my world, a 17-year-old girl is an adult.
This is a slippery slope. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, that's a horrible rule to live by the way.
I didn't even hear what he said.
You should just conform to the rest of us where 18 is the cutoff point.
I was
I'm just
focusing
saying,
on the
bro,
next
come on,
topic.
be realistic.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't at all want to be
17
responsible for whatever the he just said. It sounds toxic.
No. All I said was this is a slippery slope that we should just not.
No,
even get into.
what I heard that. Whatever inspired you to say it got past me. Wing said something.
But Wings, if you say that, then next year they'll be like, make it 16, make it 12. Like you're gonna keep on going.
Personally, I think 16 should be cut off. Like that should be the age of consent. Like you ends at 16 when you turn 16.
New Jersey has a pretty good law.
No. If you have to make airplane noises for her to suck your
Oh no. Oh god.
Oh my god.
All right, on that I gotta go. I gotta go to work. So that's my lasting legacy. But, have a good time, guys.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it.
Peace.
And so that's the secret, huh? Airplane noises. I have to remember that.
All it takes.
Just some outrageous claims. Anytime he responds to stuff, he either says it was took out of context, or saying it was for, quote, shock value, or, quote, being a shock jockey. He says he can't play on PC due to carpal tunnel, but people assume that he is afraid of playing on PC due to the possibility of his computer getting hacked and people finding out what he has in it. He was seen before going on escort websites to people calling this out on the PKA subreddit, as he frequented there often for whatever reason despite being off the podcast for a long time. He said, "You guys were sending to my house. They told me where they came from. I looked at the website just to see how many girls were on it to get an idea of how many more I'd have to deal with." Which is hard to believe that is all the reason why he was on that site. He was also found looking up ex-hamster BBC shemale videos, even going as far as to page 5 on the search. If you know, you know.
Like the coyote does it in like 3.5. Let's see.
2024 Mustang GT 0 to 60. 2024 Mustang GT 0 to 60. I mean, like, I have no desire to be with a man. Like, almost every person I've ever dated is a woman. No, I mean, like, I have no desire to be with a man. Like, almost every person I've ever dated is a woman.
These would become highlight moments of his time on YouTube, but also just the fact that he was a creep in general and defends it often and said this stuff. And then, you know, whenever is confronted about it, he has to backpedal and then make all these excuses. It's very inconsistent. The Syndicate versus Wings 1v1. This and the next segment are also interlinked with the PKA era, as this Call of Duty 1v1 is a bigger piece of Wings' history, as Wings is an egotistical man and claims he's one of the best COD players ever and has a history of being overly boastful about his stats, which we will get into later. He first challenged Syndicate to a Zombies 1v1 where I guess it was like, I don't know if it was to rounds or to points or whatever, but Syndicate was stronger in the Zombies area. But after Wings pulled out of this 1v1 that, you know, he wanted to do, he ends up settling for a COD 4 1v1. This was at least 13 years ago when he was younger as well, so it would have been around probably his time where he was better at the game if he was ever even good. From his playstyle and how he acts, he probably was never that good. This 1v1 changed everything as it was an early sign of showing who Wings truly was. And I want to go ahead and apologize for all the Xbox 360 notifications beforehand.
So we can't hear Syndicate talk, but him, like, in-game maybe? I don't know.
So, Redneck, I sent you an invite.
I got it. I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Alright. And now I need to pick up Syndicate, so I'm just gonna be...
Let me pee-pee.
Yeah, but it's so we can get some people to watch.
Alright. That's what right next.
My KD is not that good on this account.
You better get 124,000 dips.
Alright, so I think Syndicate can hear us, and it's... Should I play too? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start that game. I'll end it. What is it, M16, VOG? Bandolier?
Yep. Yeah, stopping power, deep impact.
Okay.
No stuns.
No stuns?
Well, you can. You just got one. Those don't rock, yeah, bandolier only.
Let me change my third perk. There we go. I'm ready.
I'm gonna put it in your back lot.
Do I have to run deep impact?
I thought it was just me and Syndicate.
Yeah, it was. I guess maybe you guys go first and then we'll change other stuff later. I was gonna jump in, I invited myself, but we'll stop that.
I use ball because it's the most wide open map. It actually tests your shot anywhere from more than just close range.
Alright, so we're gonna start this. I think everyone's gonna spectate except Wings and Syndicate.
Yeah, I'm gonna spectate.
Here we go.
I got my sexy blue camo.
Who do I watch? Who you don't watch?
Let's do this, Marines.
Right now I'm watching Wings. This is the only guy. Nope, Syndicate's in here.
Alright.
Alright, so... How do I go to this guy?
You probably should have parade our own, because I can sit there and be just sound down.
Change team. Change team, buddy.
Okay. There's just...
Oh, he's
And then
using
go
a
to-
hill on me.
Then go to spectator after you change team.
Oh, come on. All I can see was his head.
Yeah. Whoever gets the trash pile on this map, pretty much gonna. Yeah.
See, I'm still playing with the redneck rules on.
This is actually a pretty good show, I think. I got the...
Yeah.
Spectate here. I think it's... Are you watching the stream at all?
Yeah, it looks good on the stream. Except my beautiful red bar. Basically,
he has the advantage right now because he's using the trash pile.
yeah, normally when we play like friends, we always say no heal. Just
Yeah.
because
The
if you stay there, you can control the spawns, yeah.
So he left the hill. He might have heard that and started by your rules. He can't talk.
Yeah.
He's only up 2-1. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job of showing the stream.
And Pro Syndicate goes prone, face down, up. That's the way he likes. How about that?
Yeah, I should be doing it. I should be doing it better. And Syndicate's up 3-1. Shots on target. Shots on target. Went 4-1. 4-1. Wings, you can mute me if you like. Oh, Syndicate goes down. Wings of Redemption closing the lead by a little bit. Wings of Redemption takes the trash pile. Now Wings of Redemption has the trash pile. We'll see if he can make good use of it. Syndicate's using flaming dumpster. They see each other. Lines are up. Oh, some shots on Syndicate. Syndicate heals. Oh, jumping. Jump high. There's no dolphin dive in Pod 4. Oh, Syndicate down. 4-3. Anybody's game. Miracle Nade almost hit its target.
Oh my god.
Oh, he hit the flame sauce.
Miracle Nade.
Black Ops, that wouldn't even have touched him, you know.
Nobody on the trash pile. Uh-oh, Wings knows where he is. Does Syndicate know where he is? Game on! Syndicate gets the shots on target. 6-3 Syndicate.
I feel syndicated.
I am... Oh, here it is. We've got the show. Syndicate gets another kill. I don't think Syndicate knew where Wings was, but he does now. Give me up.
Good lord.
Syndicate up 8-4.
Yo, everybody in the stream, tweet out Twitch TV WoodysGamerTag. Get the views up.
1000's a lot for a live stream.
How many live streams you see when there's actually people playing just for the hell of it, you know?
Syndicate rocking the 10th prestige, showing that he is no COD 4 noob.
Is he still sitting over there, just crouching?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you where he is. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, you're supposed to put radar on these things.
Okay. Well, that you know, we didn't talk about that until the game started. Five and a half minutes to go.
Why is there a timer on it?
I'm pretty sure.
Supposed to be first to 100.
100?
Yes, it's 20 kills.
Oh, it's to 150. It says whatever that is. 15.
Bobby, come on, teach you how to sell pro.
I could play like he is, but I ain't got the time to do it now.
I think Syndicate's been watching some of my videos.
I think Syndicate has been watching my videos. Not only is he no longer idle, but he's winning in Call of Duty. I'm taking credit for both. He's been picking up girls lately.
Look here,
let me.
Why don't you go and make a comment that there's not been a shot fired in almost 2 minutes because Syndicate's laying on his belly somewhere.
No, he's not. He's. Headshot.
The dome ski?
I want to shoutcast this, but I'd be shoutcasting everybody's position in the game.
Yeah.
And you'd be doing it in my ear.
Yeah, I just realized that. I was on getting crunk, but
All right, how about we end this and just go and cut the radar on?
All right, I lost Syndicate. Did he Skype me? I can't find him in the.
Dude, he's just fucking hiding. Look, I'm looking at the map right now. Where's he at?
Oh, I see him. I see him. He's not hiding. He's looking for you.
I'm standing on the open. He can't see this because he's too busy laying on his belly half the time.
That's not true. Like we can all see what he's doing. He's hunting for you.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job.
But he's not going to.
See, I wouldn't have to worry about this if radar was on. I know exactly where he's at, and it'd be a gun-on-gun confrontation. Now I got to worry about getting first shot on him because M16's a one-shot on this.
oh, clutch grenade!
I saw that coming. Yeah.
Oh, that's clutch.
There he is.
I love watching in this fucking 3D free flash.
I think I'm doing a good job, aren't I?
Yeah, it's looking good.
See, what I'm seeing right now, the way that Syndicate and Wings are playing together, proves to me nobody's stream watching. Like, I've seen Wings, I guess it's fair to say, falsely accuse Syndicate of totally not playing. And I've seen Syndicate looking in totally the wrong direction.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing straight up.
I'm just glad they're playing, because there's a lot of people that would not play. That was just
yeah, I probably won't be on painkiller ready again.
Yeah, I'm with you right now. I play too. You know, I don't always win, but I'm there. You know, like commentator showdown goes on. Like, I knew that was a tough lobby to do well in, but I was there. Wings, are you in the game? Wings, did you spawn in?
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep laughing, you.
Oh, Wings, I think you are.
Oh, don't suck. Fucking faggot. Shit.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
You.
Me?
Why the fuck you stream that?
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say stream it.
I thought it was your idea.
I'll play.
Right, Nick, I'll take you. You ready?
Please cancel the stream.
It's just me playing, Wings.
I don't give a fuck. Please cancel the stream. I do not want to hear these fuckers talk.
Alright. Okay, guys. To help out my friend Wings here, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys next week, I think. So, oh wait, the room's in. You know what? All right, I'm gonna cancel the stream. Wings asked for it, and sorry about that. Have a good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show, and have a nice day.
Peace. Are we private now?
Not yet.
Not only did he go on to trash talk and break down afterwards, but later DM Syndicate asking to fix a match for money. He also made a follow-up video where he talks about actually quitting PKA or considering it because of this loss.
Look at that. There we go. There we go. It's been a long day. But this mic right here might sound a lot different than what I usually use. I'm actually using my Astro headset right now, and it doesn't really pick up really well. It's a really low. Who knows? Because I got it kind of rigged up with my Triton's old stuff. So I kind of broke $200 worth of equipment tonight. And one of my pet peeves is I hate losing. I hate losing with a passion. I hate losing even more when I'm the only person that has something to lose. But it happens. And it's something I've been trying to get over all my life. I mean, even when I was a child, I could not stand losing. And shoot, half the fights I've ever got in real life was based around losing. And that hatred of losing is what actually got me to just, I don't know. Losing is, it feels like I've failed in every form and manner, period, when I lose. Like, if I lose a game of Call of Duty, I feel like I shouldn't play Call of Duty anymore. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's like, I feel like somebody, I feel like I wasn't good enough and I couldn't, I felt like I wasn't good enough to the point where it's like, maybe I shouldn't be playing. And, everybody's probably seen the video by now where I lost to the Syndicate project in a 1v1 on Bog, and I kind of lost my head toward the end of it. And one of the main reasons I lost my head was mainly because of I was afraid of the backlash it was going to cause, because my channel, being good at Call of Duty, is a cornerstone of my channel. And be it whatever it is, be it I beat him 9 out of the 10 times after that, and I didn't even try to get a rematch. It was what it was, and I ended up losing. And a lot of people really didn't like what I did after that, and I ended up breaking the controller, and then I cussed out Woody and all this and talked some trash. And that's just my way of dealing with a loss, because when Woody jumped on me and started laughing at me and all this, I was ready to fight. I was. When I lose, I get ready. I was ready to fight. Would you step into two people ready to beat each other up, and you get hit and you wonder what happened? And Woody understood why I was cussing at him, and that I thought it was pretty obvious. I was mad. I mean, I stayed mad for almost 2 hours afterwards. Shoot, it's like 3 in the morning right now, and I can't sleep because I'm still somewhat mad about it. And that's just the way it is. And video games is the only thing that does that to me. Like, and it's kind of puzzling to me, because like if I get like a rage quit loss, like say the host migrates or something, and you know it takes you back to the dashboard and gives you the loss. Those don't bother me for some reason. It's like, oh well, what can you do? Because I have no control over it. It's when I actually do lose the game, be it, you know, somebody, you know, has a position on me or whatnot. That's the ones that affect me, and it makes me feel like I don't want to play. Like, it's like I have this stellar KD, but it's like, what good is it? I mean, I can't win this one game. I know I'm beating myself up. I have like a, I think somebody did the math correctly. I have like a 32 game win, like not win streak, but like win-loss ratio. I average over 30 games won to my every one loss, and it's disheartening. It is, because losing sucks. I mean, that's the reason I don't play on my secondary accounts much. I got accounts I don't even care about the KD on, and I still can't stand losing on those accounts. It makes me feel like I lose a part of myself. And I'm sure somebody out there can relate to me, and I'm sure some people are like, well, that's a sign of immaturity, which it is. But it's just something I can never get over. Everybody has flaws, and I feel like if my flaw is, you know, getting mad because I lose a game of Call of Duty or at a video game, that flaw isn't so bad next to somebody that, you know, wants to beat on women, or, you know, wants to cheat on or cheat people out of money, or wants to, you know, be an Indian giver or things like. There's worse flaws out there than just getting upset. I mean, in the long run, my flaw just ends up costing me money. That's all it ever does. But some people value good sportsmanship and all this. It's just the way I am. I mean, what can you do? I'm not going to apologize for being myself, and it's something I got to work through. But, you know, the videos are out there. People are going to hate what they want to hate them on. But people love to see you fail. If you want to succeed in the Call of Duty community, or anything in this venture right here, people will love to see you fail. People will not watch your videos till death do you part, but as soon as you fail, everybody knows it. All the people show up. All the rats come out the woodwork. It's just like when somebody dies. Like a Vincent Van Gogh dies, his paintings shoot through the roof. Michael Jackson dies. You know, Michael Jackson's career was dead long before he died. I know it sounds a little insensitive, but as soon as he died, everybody got nostalgic, and it was hip to have a Michael Jackson album, be listening to, you know, some Billie Jean or something like that. And you know what I'm saying is true. And that's just my feelings on that. I mean, I'm doing this commentary now at the end of the cusp of it, mainly because we got a hurricane rolling through probably tomorrow evening, and that might lose power. Who knows? So just go and get the message on out there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to step down on Painkiller already or whatnot, because right now it feels like if I weren't a part of that, I wouldn't be in this situation now. But because, I mean, the pros and the cons of Painkiller already for me, it's kind of hard to outweigh. One, I enjoy doing it. Two, I love being a part of something like that. But at the same time, all it does is end up costing me money, time, lose sleep, have to not do certain things. You know, it's always sacrificing everything you do, and I understand that. That's mainly why I got 1,300 videos on my channel, and I run another channel with another 100 videos there, and I probably got 500 on Machinima. Then there's Persona Gaming, I probably got 50 or 60 on. I mean, my videos are out there, and that's just the way it's always going to be. I mean, even if I would quit right now, people would probably still be subbing to me years from now. I just don't know what to do. Hello? Yeah, there we go. I just don't know what to do.
PK looks back and talks about this situation with the stud the man himself hardly plays.
10 years since Wings lost a 1v1?
When?
Yeah, that's...
Yesterday
was the 10-year anniversary.
Syndicate?
Yeah. Wow. Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of Wings' 1v1.
I remember where I was.
Were you there?
No, I was in Seattle with White Boy eating seafood, looking for some weed.
Zach asked why I streamed that shit. I told him that he told me to right on the show. But in hindsight, I don't know that he did tell me to. It might have been my idea to stream it.
Yeah, but everybody knew
There's no way that
were doing
shouldn't
the
have been streamed. That had to be captured. It had to be. It was such a.
Dude.
And honestly, everything I know about this moment, by the way, I know from watching that documentary that dude made.
Yeah, Mr. Metal.
Like everything I know about this, like literally comes from that. Yeah. Wings is the only guy that I used to be like, yo, yeah, Woody doesn't like me. But that other guy, Wings, he hates me.
Wings was giving Syndicate a hard. He was insulting him all show long, and he was insulting him at multiplayer. And I didn't realize that Syndicate was really good at multiplayer. He was a multiplayer player before he was a zombies player, and he's really good right now. By the way, I sometimes catch his Twitch streams, but so he was just sort of putting him down, and then Wings said that he was better at zombies than Syndicate. Now, Syndicate was literally ranked first in the world, and he's telling him that he's not that good, that if he were to do it, he would be the best in the world. And not best on YouTube, mind you. Like, there are zombies rankings, right? He's the best player at one point to have ever played the game. And Wings was, thought he'd be better. So at one point, they sort of decided they would play against each other. And I was the host. Like, my Xbox was the host, so I could view it and stuff. And I knew that gave Wings a pretty significant advantage with the way latency works. Right? I'm in North Carolina. Wings is in South Carolina. Syndicate is in England. And, you know, that's just, so Wings' shots all registered.
It's 4,000 miles versus 400 miles.
Right? He wins every tie. But, and then Wings set up the rules to be his advantage. If Wings is really good at something, it's long distance accurate guns where you have to, you know, only a pixel is showing from behind the barrel across the map. That's Wings' forte. He wasn't really good at rushing and beating you by meeting in the hallway. He was good at that long distance shot. So he does bog M16s across the map and red dots. He set up the whole kit. He determined what you had to use in the game. So he had every advantage. But Syndicate got into an early lead, and then because he got that early lead and there was a timer, Wings had to make bad decisions to, you know, push it, because otherwise you just not engage and lose.
Anger works against you in those. I don't care what anyone says. Anger absolutely works against you in those.
And the clock, right? Like if I'm beating you, whatever, 5-3, I have every incentive to just disengage. I'm going to take a spot where you have to come at me. And otherwise, I'll just win 5-3. Fine. That, you know, I don't care what score I win with. So Wings had to push into Syndicate, and he kept getting beat. And, you know, in Syndicate's defense, he didn't hide very much. He was running around looking for action. It was a fair game, and Syndicate won.
He just ran the trash pile. He got on the trash pile. He ran it.
You know about the Man in the High Castle? You heard about that?
Yeah.
It's like a book, and then it's a show. It's like won the war. What would the universe be rate today if 10 years ago, like Wings 10-0 that 1v1? It's like I'm sitting here with him. He has like a 6-pack, and he's jacked, and he's like holding him down. You know what I mean?
The show.
That clip that you, yeah, exactly, yeah.
That dude. So Wings would tell you
to an alternate reality
that losing that 1v1 was the thing, that people watched him for his gaming skill, and it, you know, deflated that balloon. I don't know if he still believes that, but I never did. You know, they watched Wings. Everyone watched COD for the commentary mostly, and
the skill made you stand out, but it's not why people came back. It's never why people recurred.
Machinima once said, like, there's 3 pillars to this stool. There's production value, commentary, and gameplay. And you really only had to be strong in 2 out of the 3. And hardly anyone was strong at all 3 of the 3. But anyway, so Wings just had to be cool about the loss. If he was gracious, it would have been a non-story. But really, flipping out on me, flipping out on Syndicate, and then he tried to bribe Syndicate to purposely lose.
Oh, that was the part. The other part was not. That is the part. That's the part, because that's entirely. That's a whole other thing.
Really, I think the reaction.
That's the part that not that many people even know about.
When he called me the F slur, and I think that went over.
He's
really
right
poorly.
though.
Well, yeah, but he didn't know that. But, he called me an effing F slur. And or F slur, I guess we could say one and not the other. And you know, he just flipped out on Syndicate, and he was the sorest loser that's ever lost. And I think that's the big deal. The trying to bribe him, like Keemstar tried to get in it and, be the center of the rematch or something. He was always attention at the time. A lot of people didn't know that. Like, that happened on Twitter, and that wasn't the middle of the universe at the time. YouTube was, but it didn't help him.
Yeah, it's like I think like I was talking about Jake Paul earlier, and like what he does, like what it is that he's doing. Like I'm not saying like I like Jake Paul. I'm a Jake Paul. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can't knock at what he's doing. But I will tell you one thing: if you took Jake Paul and you put his brain into Wings today, right now, with everything that is going on and the attention that Wings does get, there is a way to leverage that and make success out of it 100%. Because if people are that passionate, even if they hate you, you have to turn it into something. And it's like, no disrespect to him, there is so much that he is like not doing right about it. And that compounds on itself and probably compounds on him mentally. And like, that's hard to deal with for sure. People come in, they're just going to constantly hate on you. But you have to leverage that.
Just ignore stream the whole time. I see him live stream, and I'm like, "Oh, Wings is streaming. I want to watch his stream." And then it's as he doesn't give up, or he can't be bothered to give up something. But it's almost like he intentionally puts on the worst show he can in his stream. And there's all this stuff happening in the chat that's like, blowing up and poking at him, and he just wants to not interact with everyone. And like people are supposed to watch him slumping in his chair playing an old game.
Ban that guy. Ban him. Like those are. I'm like, yo,
welcome to ban world.
Sometimes someone will say something and he'll be like, ban that guy, and I'm like, no, that's a low key ambassador of your brand, and you didn't realize it. Like that guy's valuable. Like honestly, like I like people that get banned from his stream. I wish I had audience like that.
Yeah,
one banned Wings viewer
for money.
One banned
mental health for money. You think it's fun, but you truly wouldn't like it.
No, you're right. You're right. But like, you're already there. If you're already going to be there, already doing the hard part, putting yourself in the line of fire, then you got to maximize it. And like, one banned stream viewer is worth like 10,000 viewers on TikTok. Like that guy's out here engaging. He came here. He's got your notifications turned on, and like, listen, you got like, if you have like 600 viewers because you never banned anyone, no one ever got banned in history, and they're all there like this blah 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 and like quoting you like that, and like you're like, you just milk it and you just get to play the bad guy like it's wrestling. People will come in that have never heard anything. They'll be like, what's going on here? Who is this guy? What is it? There would be like something like Score Esports, like the most curious streamer that exists, and why does it, and like whatever. There's absolutely a way to do it, and I'm not saying it's like easier than I would know how to do it, but
the heavyweight champion of Wings of Redemption.
But I'm just saying I don't have the answer, but Jake Paul has the answer.
Kyle's once said this, and it registered is so true to me. He's like, Wings might be a streamer who pulls, I don't want to insult his numbers, but 500 to 700 people typically. I think that's right-ish. He's like, but he is way more famous than that. He is as household a name as Shroud is, I would argue. Like, he just, his long history, all the people that have seen, people hear Wings of Redemption, and there are 100 million of them who are like, well, yeah, what's that guy doing now?
My girlfriend knows who Wings is.
Yep. All of my girlfriends do, because I make them watch.
Yeah, but they like it. She likes it.
They like it. Yeah.
She likes it. She watches him and she likes it. And then I'm like, so what'd you think? She was like, this is funny. Let's get some Wendy's.
Chili, man.
Wendy's. I got a craving for some of that chili.
Yeah. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought about him working it, leaning into it.
I wish like he did, because I watch him like, please handle that guy. Handle him better than ban him. There's a way. Like, there's a way. Like, even if he went on stream and came out in character doing something, if he came out like in a suit and tie and a top hat and did some bit, people would be like,
I wanted to dress up as Wendy's chili.
Oh, he's literally on Twitch. Did he get it? He didn't get
something like that. I heard something like that.
PKA and Woody follow up. To end off the PKA era and stuff around it, which they might be brought up later, but still, this is just like one of the key eras of it. Wings and WoodysGamerTag ended up doing some collaboration streams recently with Wings, which only shown more of Richard's true colors. He would trash one of Woody's sponsors because it's like a men's liquid multiplier, like a gas station pill, I guess I could describe it. If you catch my drift. But he would call these other sponsorships snake oils or equivalents of it, like scams and stuff like around that. But he never even tried these things in his life. Don't get me wrong, if you don't support it, then you don't support it. But this is coming from a dude who self-admittedly cannot get it up to even try the product. So probably out of sexual or lack thereof frustration and jealousy that his peers are doing better than him. And also, you know, are able to work down there. He calls their products a scam. To his face, too, which is absolutely insane. Then goes on to talk about how he doesn't even want to stream or hang out with Woody because he doesn't monetarily gain anything from it. And also talks bad about him behind his back whenever it is brought up. He uses the same excuses, quote, that was out of context, for basically everything, and you'll see this as a repeated thing throughout the entire video. There is no accountability, no apology, except whenever he was told to do so by his audience, which means nothing, to a longtime friend. His mindset is so bizarre and terrible.
I want you to start a supplement company as a side hustle.
I don't see how you can push.
What do you mean?
The lock and load mess?
Dude, it's amazing.
I'm sure the money is, but the product isn't.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, you stupid.
Yeah.
Lock and load is wildly it's comically effective. I swear to God, it's true. I'll send you a bottle, and you'll eat your words. You don't.
All right. I'll take you up on it. Send me a bottle, and I will give you a 100% complete legit review, honest as it could possibly be, because I'm in the camp that none of that enlargement stuff works. What it actually does is increase blood flow, which could technically increases your rate by like a percentage. Like
proving that you don't know what you're talking about. It is not an enlargement pill at all. It doesn't do that.
It increases
it maxes the size of your and not only does it work, it's comically effective. So it's pretty rude of you to talk about me after so much I've done for you, but also it's pretty rude of you to when you don't know what you're talking about.
Are you actually mad at me?
Well, I think you're bad. I think that you have a lot of room for improvement. My chat sits here and gives me a nonstop stream of all the things you say about me when I'm not around, and the reverse isn't true. So, and they.
What are you taking your chat's word for it?
Did you say that you might stop streaming with me because you don't enjoy playing with me offline and it's not making enough money?
No, not in that context. No.
Oh yeah.
I stated that I didn't. The Woody streams aren't very profitable for me. Everything else was added.
We'll see. Yeah, because what happens is they send me clips of you saying stuff, and there's no secrets when you're streaming online.
Right. But I understand that, but there's also no secrets that the vast majority of the people sending you this stuff are just people that do it to everybody. Like these are the people that put the FBI in my front door and like that.
Did you say that lock and load was snake oil? I mean, it sounds like you did.
I did. I said that, but I said that just now.
Yeah.
I never said that beforehand.
Really? Because I've been hearing it for every time we stream.
I mean, I might have said it years ago. I'm like, oh, they're really selling
you pushed
this.
Your wife across a coffee table, and I defended you. I did nothing to you but treat you well, and you talked about me. And it feels like there's a disconnect there.
I feel like there's some harbored hatred here.
Not harbored. It's all the last 5 days or so. There's a mismatch between how I treat you and how you treat me, and I'm addressing it.
Because I don't feel like I've been that negative.
Not in front of me.
What's some other things besides the snake oil and the fact that I didn't think that my streams did very well? Because they don't pull the numbers I'd like them to pull. No, I thought this was going to be a ravaging success, but it is what it is. I'm seeing it through.
Right, I'm in the same spot, but I don't know.
I haven't had one harsh thing to say about you, and I don't think the reverse is true. To me, it feels like almost every time I give you a hard time, like the blue shirt rant, it's a counterpunch. It's because you talk about me out of the blue.
What is the blue shirt rant?
It's the whole when you said nobody watches me paramotoring because I lack charisma.
Oh. I forgot what context I said that in. That's something that was you're going back almost half decades now.
It feels like there's a pattern though, right? Like you see it.
Yeah, but I'm that critical towards everybody, not just you by yourself. That's not something that's strictly uniform to Woody. Like I just like the other day, I talked about Boogie and his marriage. That's a part of like being an opinion maker online. Like, I look at it the same way as like this. Remember the other day when I was talking about Taylor and like how he's kind of like crazy, like he went down the crazy side of like the conservative hierarchy. Like that's the same level of talking I would consume. Like not that you went down a conservative crazy circle, but like it's just something I've seen far off with Taylor that I would confront him about in person as well. It's like not everybody needs to be deported, you know. It's like if you wanted to go harsh, I'm like, then you get a drunk driving charge. Like, why don't we deport you? You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I think deporting is kind of people who are here illegally, but
100%. Like I understand the need for like a safe border, but I think they're taking it 2 steps too far at this point.
Yeah, I also think they're going a little hard on it. A lot of, they're deporting people who are in the process of becoming legal. They're currently have asylum, right? The courts ordered that they could stay while they review the rest of their application, and then they throw them out of the country. It's like, dude, they did everything right. But it's the same. Maybe you could talk less shit about me when I'm not around. If there's something you need to say, you can say it to me.
Yeah, but you've known me for almost 20 years now. I've never been harsh about confronting people about things I want to say about them.
It's not a personality flaw. There's not a personality characteristic that you should be defending, right? Like, if I was caught talking about someone behind their back, I wouldn't say that's just the way I am.
No. But see, I'm not looking at it.
I wish I could take that back. That's a better response.
Because like the lock and load thing, I just said right to you. It's like, and that's the opinion I've held for years. Like it's snake oil.
Have you never tried it? You give your review.
No, I've never tried it but I've never tried any of the other products either. But I've seen other people try those products and they warranted little to no success. I'm not trying to say your product in particular. I've actually never seen anybody review lock and load, but I lump it in with like the Ron Jeremy pills that's in the gas station and shit like that. Which, granted, it's a different style of product.
I don't know what just happened.
I don't know either.
Why did you say I don't value spending time with friends unless it makes me money?
Yes. But that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I don't know the context. Someone just donated it.
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with you specifically. That's me. That was something I said like 2 days ago. It was like, I would rather go do something else that makes money than have friends and spend time with them. He just keeps digging. It's unbelievable. That's who I am as a person. It's like even when you offered the lock and load product, I agreed to take it, but then I thought of like a con. Like the con is I have no testosterone and I never. So like it would literally be a feat of human thing to get you even test your product with my personal body type.
I'm not trying to pressure you into anything. I just think you should be nice, especially like, there are things I would say to my friends in person that I wouldn't say behind their back, but I feel like sometimes with you it goes the other way.
you keep putting this behind your back. Like, it might have happened without you being in the room, but it was never said with just like me wanting it to be hidden. Like I've never been the person that will say something that I want to be keep completely private. It's like when people trying to get me to like we had a conversation about GameStar, and like we have different levels of like appreciation for him, which I can see your side of it. I see the same side, right? He has flaws as a human, but all humans have flaws. You love people for who they are, not who you want them to be. Can't say sorry, my ego's too big. I can say sorry. Woody, I am sorry that what I did affected you in a bad way.
Thank you.
Because I don't want this to tarnish a relationship. I go into that standard thing, the reason I'm a low-cow, defend myself too much. And it instantly put me on defense. But nothing I say is, like, even, like, they can donate and say everything I've ever said. Nothing I've ever said was meant in a way to be determined as something ill will, even if you took it that way. It, like, the initial intention is, because I struggle with how I say things and the cadence that I say things in. No, I've never actually hated Woody. Like, as much as I hold like, I don't say I hold grudges, as much as I like do certain things for character traits. Like, for example, not going back on Locale Live, I don't hold grudges. I'm not, like if my trolls would just stop doing what they're doing and apologize to me, I'd be cool with it. It's like, alright, I got you.
And all Woody's Gamertag ever wanted to do for Wings was encourage him to change and be a better person. But he refused to in his face for years, for like a decade basically. This has been going on for a decade and a half, I'm pretty sure. And you can look back at old clips and see some of the stuff in this video. Woody is nothing but nice to Wings, but Wings is just the same stale, flat self. But from what it looks like since this situation and what was said here, Wings and Woody are back on bad terms. The only thing though is that whenever Wings has to talk about his departure from PKA, he actually admits sometimes for once that he was in the wrong. The start of Wings' fall. Early on in Wings' career, he started to go stagnant on YouTube for reasons I don't really know of. His colleagues like WoodysGamerTag and others would end up surpassing him, and this fact bothered him a lot. He talked about it in his videos regarding his mental health, but during the channel's stagnation, he would make a video celebrating 100 million views. This video was supposed to help him, get out of that stagnant point, but it did not go well and is another starting layer to his fall, as he would go on a public mental decline afterwards, threatening to close the game via police and take other people's applications with him, but he ended up doing nothing like always, but started to upload less frequently. He would then get dropped by Machinima. This was how early his fall and stagnation truly started, was even before, there's monetization and such. After he got dropped by Machinima, he would go on to another partner called Fullscreen. He would get broken up with as well around the same time and make a video titled Rock Bottom, which is another highlighted moment in his career showing his fall.
Rock bottom. This is a hard video to do, because a video like this, you kind of give up a piece of yourself. Well, where to start? Machinima dropped me January 28th. This year, and I made a few decisions in my life that really
crippled me when they dropped me, because I had like a 3-year contract with Machinima. I signed one, and under the premise of me signing a 3-year contract, I bought things and made obligations that I normally otherwise would not have. But basically they had like a clause to get out the contract, whereas I thought I was in it for 3 years and the money I was making was gonna last for 3 years. It turned on top of my head, but that's the sob story everybody has. Regardless, January came. I finished January strong with 3.1 million views. And then it came to the point where I had to find another partner or re-sign with Machinima at a marginally lower rate. So I decided to try somebody else for a couple reasons. One, I didn't feel Machinima was a ship that was staying afloat. I don't know the reasoning behind Machinima dropping everybody. I know they were losing money on my channel, and they were giving me a rate that they wouldn't lose money on my channel. They would actually break even. They weren't trying to hoodoo me in any way, shape, or form. But I felt that I needed to switch to a situation where I would get paid what my channel actually makes. I didn't want to go straight through AdSense because I was afraid that I would have nobody to go to bat for me if I would get a strike. And I didn't. And Google is very hard to deal with if you're not in their little circle. With Machinima, they're on the board of they're on the board of YouTube because they're like the #3 biggest channel. And you have other big partnerships that can, you know, get strikes removed if something would happen, because a strike on a channel really hinders it. And so I ended up going with full screen because they basically offered me the deal everybody else offered. Almost every other network was just a subsidiary of full screen, and they offered a worse spread. And with full screen I got a sign-on bonus and a partnership at the same time. And I basically jumped into uncharted waters, and it didn't work out. Basically in February, which is a 28-day month, which is notoriously for being the worst month of the year anyway, I did very poorly. I mean, I missed the first week because I didn't have a partnership, and then people questioned me I was only doing YouTube for money, and then I got depressed and just fell apart because I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I could see that the projected payments wasn't going to be on par with paying my bills, and so all I did was cross my fingers and get more and more depressed. So I went from averaging around 3 million views for the last 3.5 years to averaging 1.5 million views. So my views got cut in half like the very next, as soon as I started back. And a lot of that comes from me not making as many videos. Beforehand, January, February, and March pay abysmally. They pay very little. There's just no ads. Christmas time's up. All the advertisers use all their marketing money, and the marketing money hasn't replenished. So there's no big summertime movies coming out. Nobody's really putting big inventions out. So ad sales are very little. You generally get whatever Google ad sales are, which you pay Google a certain percentage of your money for those Google ad sales. So that's that. So basically my channel's not doing very well. I've been going into the red for February, March, April, May, June. 5 months now I've been going into the red. Well, going into red meaning I'm spending more than I'm making via bills and livelihoods and necessities, which that's none of your guys' fault. I'm just letting you know part of rock bottom. I'm by no means in a point where I need money right now. I'm not even begging for money or asking for money, so there's no need to go there. I'm not even close to that point yet. I'm probably
6 or 7 months out of that still before, you know, it gets to a point where like, oh, I'm broke. I'm not there yet. Luckily for me, I had somewhere along the lines of 20 grand saved up. And yeah, I've been living off that. But I digress. One of the things that helped me stay through this, and one of the things that kind of hindered this in the same speaking, is Brandy. I met Brandy in August, and we started going out. And in January, I got depressed. But toward the end of January, I got depressed, and you know, I kind of started taking days off. And I really liked not having to do YouTube. Like, you got to understand the idea that I've worked 7 days a week for the last 3.5, 4 years at that point, never missing a day, uploading anywhere from 3 to 5 videos a day. And when I got that week off, it kind of like kick-started a lazy bug in me. And when you start getting lazy, you start laying down, you start sleeping more, you start getting depressed, you start realizing how fat you are, and then being fat depresses you, and that makes you want to eat. When you eat, you feel depressed. It's just the constant cycle of being a failure. That on top of just the negative comments. People are always like, why do you point and just zero in those negative comments? And like, I just can't help it. I can't. I used to have the skin of an elephant. Back in Modern Warfare 2, you know, maybe Black Ops 1, I could care less what you said about me. One, because I was making plenty of money, and money does help you with thick skin. Two, I was just built that way. I mean, I've heard this over and over again, but just like a big strong statue or a huge rock, time withers you away and you eventually crack. And once you crack, you're never going to be the same person you were. And not to mention, I feel like I've gotten more humble over the years. Toward Modern Warfare 2, I believed I could be one of the best in the game, and I strived to be the best I could be. And as time went on, I slowly realized I wasn't as good as I thought. But I couldn't let that persona drop, so I kept playing on it. And as I played, and I played more, and I played more, and I played more, I started to hate the game, because I started realizing that the little changes that were made during Call of Duty, the little things, and I was where a lot of people are now a year, 2 years ago, probably towards the end of Black Ops 1, where I was just fed up with it. It's like, oh man, this just sucks. I don't want to play this. And then Modern Warfare 3 came out. For those of you who don't know, I've only played 6 days of Modern Warfare 3. I spent the entire year of Modern Warfare 3 pretty much borrowing gameplay, because I was so fed up with Call of Duty just from the repetition that I pretty much I just couldn't do it. I mean, like, I could do it, but I was like, the money's still good. And the people say they only hear me for commentary, so I just do this. And I did that for a while. And then Black Ops 2 came out. Black Ops 2 was a little bit better, and I took a pretty good break from Call of Duty. But that was a little long-lived. It lasted about 2 months, and I got tired of Call of Duty again. But this is the same stop story. Let's go on. Basically, you get tired of your main income thing, which is Call of Duty. And like, people even to this day ask me, where are the commentaries at? And like myself, I tried a couple times to break the cycle of my channel. Like, I really like getting personal with you guys, but at the same time, I really hate doing everything in the cycle. For example, if I go shoot a video, I have to be the cameraman, the actor, the writer, the music guy, the editor, the whole nine, and I'm not good at any of that. I'm not. I'm a self-taught guy. I mean, when I first started this, I didn't even know how to put audio, I didn't know how to put commentary over a video. I had to have my buddy Taylor teach me that. And I slowly progressed to getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Some people learn faster than me. Some people have more motivation than me. Some people have a I want to say, a better pride in the work than I do. So I've always supplemented my inability to edit or make creative content with my ability to work insane amount of hours. So that kind of ran my channel to the ground too, quantity over quality. But yet, that's another thing. So at this point, I don't know where I want to take my channel, because I want to play Call of Duty, but at the same time, I don't, because I realize I'm nowhere close to being the best. I realize that everybody and their mother has tip videos, and they do them much better than me. And I realize that I've used most of my stories up for commentaries. I mean, there's nothing I really do that's different than anybody else, and that right there bothers me, that I do nothing different. And I've tried the series and I've tried everything, but like right now, my mind is blank. I'm usually so quick-witted with everything, but my mind just goes blank, and I just give up. I'm just like, oh well. Just like recently, The Last of Us. There's like 17 or 18 videos in a row have been like The Last of Us, which a lot of people like it. There's like 4,000 or 5,000 people that like it. And cool. I liked playing it. But then it comes to the point where I'm done with it and it's about to be done altogether. What will I do now? Will I go on another period where I don't put nothing up? But that's working backwards, because that's hurting the original problem, which I'm not making enough money to sustain life, or to sustain this way of life that I live, which isn't glamorous at all. People that say like, oh, you play video games for a living. You see the stuff behind me? I sit in this room 7 days a week, 10 to 12, sometimes 15 hours a day. I look at that TV, look at that monitor, look at this monitor, talking to this microphone. That's life for me. I mean, that's all life has been. And like, I'm at this point of depression where I don't want to do anything else. And I'm going to keep minding that, because I'm going to come to that here in a minute. Well, Brandy just broke up with me. Probably about 20 minutes ago. And the reason she broke up with me is because I need more time to do YouTube. Plain and simple. Let's see. And she says she feels bad that she can't always come over here, and she knows I can't always go over to her because it sets me back. Because part of the reason I started taking days off was to spend more time with her. And she doesn't have things like internet, cable TV. So when I go over to her house, I'm pretty much, you know, all I have is my phone. And I can't sit there and do too much on my phone, because I only have like a 6 gigabyte data plan. And like, I can't sit there and watch movies and stuff on my phone for like, you know, 8 to 10 hours a day. So I basically use Twitter and maybe play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Final Fantasy Tactics, the War of the Lions, and little things like that, help her clean, stuff like that. And it got to the point I was doing that so often I didn't have time to do work. And I enjoyed not being in the room because it kind of alleviated cabin fever. If you don't know what cabin fever is, it's kind of like it's a feeling. And I can't define the feeling. It's more like it's just this feeling that overcomes you, that you just have to get out of the house. You have to get out of this room. It's actually a form of torture. Like, you ever put a person in a white room with nothing there? Your brain just can't handle it, and you get really antsy, and it fills you with anxiety. And Brandy was the only thing holding. It's hard to say. Excuse me. This is unedited, by the way. Brandy was the only thing that was keeping me up. And I don't know what life holds for me now. I fail at every diet I take. I fail at every workout regimen I ever do. I give up so easily. I've never succeeded in anything. And people could say I've succeeded in YouTube, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like every time I look, there's another new channel that's just in full throttle passing me. And my channel hasn't really grown in probably 2.5 years, probably pushing 3 at this point. I mean, I'm currently growing like 80 subs a day, and that's like 80 subs a day. That's like 560 subs a week. And you know, some people would love that, but for a channel my size, that's pretty much no growth at all. Because being a channel of my size, you get a lot more benefits that other people don't get. You get like front page spots in gaming. You get all these other things, and like if I was to ask somebody coming to my channel what was my channel about, I couldn't tell them. Like, I don't know, a guy that plays games. I mean, I've been trying to do the change up on the channel. You see the new banner, you see the new layouts, you see me trying extra hard on certain videos. And have lots of people that put extra time into me. I mean, they put their time in for free, and like, I don't know how to repay them. I don't know how to give them gratitude, but at the same time, it's not working. Last of Us, for example. I put a lot of salt into The Last of Us. I bought the game when it came out. I beat it within 12 hours on Twitch TV on hard mode, and then I started the Let's Play the next day and up on survivor mode. And like, the first thing that happened was people started bickering that I'd not doing a blind Let's Play, which I'm like, oh, people want to see blind Let's Plays. And ow, I bit my tongue. And I basically had SEO tags. I had people that pretty much wrote Google search engine give me tags. We looked at other people that were succeeding in tags, and like, none of it worked. I'm still like one of the least viewed Last of Us Let's Plays out there. I mean, like, I see people that I've never even heard of that have success with it, whereas I didn't, and I don't know why. I don't, and that bothers me that I don't know why. Like, it feels like it makes it feels like you can't succeed. That, coupled on the Brandy breaking up with me, which sucks, because I have to do this, and I can't keep a balance in life, and I can't afford to go get another girlfriend, because I can't afford to take people out right now, because I'm pretty much making no money. Every month's the red. This is why I bitch on Twitter all the time. This is why people see me as a sad person. I just feel so alone.
But due to him becoming stagnant, he would actually start streaming more to try to get more viewers and try to save his career, where people would see him again. But streaming would actually hurt him as well, as people would see his true colors more often, like how he got mad at video games very often and just how he acted as a person in general, which would begin a whole new issue. End. Thank you all for watching. Like I said before, this is like the start of the entire thing. It was supposed to be a 12 or 13 hour long video. That's how much footage and like how much of like everything I have right now. There's a lot of archiving purposes to this video as well. There's a lot of like older dramas or older things that happen that are archived in this series as well. And like I said, a lot of it is basically already done. It's just that there is some other stuff that I need to work on, but it's going to take way too long. and I really hate not uploading very frequently, or at least consistently. So again, I'm very sorry. I'll make it up to y'all by trying to keep consistent on this. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos on locales, internet dramas, and more. There is also, of course, a series on the Getchell family, like I talk about in here at some point. I don't know if I did already or not. And follow my Twitter, is linked in the description below. And in the end, I'm PERK30, and keep God close.